Hi, I'm Palm and I'm joined by Aaron from Be Quiet. Aaron, we've got a couple of products here that we're going to talk through. These might be familiar to some people, but they're getting towards final stages now, so let's start with the power supply first.
Yeah, right. Thanks for the introduction. Hello, Hexos. Nice to see you guys again on our booth. First of all, I would like to show you the final state of our Dark Power Pro P10 power supply. It's the flagship of our all power supply series. This is a final state now. First of all, I would like to say there's no compromise in terms of performance. We are using the LSC plus DC-DC topology, which is known as the state-of-the-art topology. We're reaching platinum efficiency with this power supply series. Secondary, we have this ultra-silent concept included in these power supply series, which means we put our own Silentwings fan in there. It's a 135mm Silentwings fan, which is especially produced for this power supply series. Also, you can see maybe around the fan at the case there's this rubber. The rubber, first time at all, is also around the PSU case to reduce the vibration getting to the case and reducing the noise factor again. We also have 4 fan connectors, so you can use the PSU to regulate 4 case fans in your case. And of course, we also included our OC key again, which means you can buy a switch which can be mounted outside of the case manually from 4 rails to 1 rail, for example for overclocking or if you're using many graphic cards or whatever, so you need high amperes on 1 rail.
Okay, that's an interesting looking power supply. We've obviously just kicked off a slate of PSU reviews, so we're going to be looking at one of your units soon to see how they compare.
Oh, you just got the straight power, right?
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
Perfect.
And this here is a CPU cooler.
Right.
Tell us about this one.
Right. This is the Darkrock Pro 2. Darkrock Pro was the first CPU cooler Be Quiet ever launched. This is the Darkrock Pro 2, so it's a new competitor. We're using a 135mm fan in the middle. It has a new mounting system, so we listen to all of the guys, we listen to the feedback of the customers, also to your editorial guys to just improve the mounting. So we have a new mounting system, also compatible with the Intel processors, and we have bigger fans in there. We worked on the fan design and the cooler design again to improve the cooling. I'm quite sure you will get a sample of me too, so you can tell your readers about it then.
Okay, now if it's a power supply cooler, whichever product Be Quiet does, the integral part is your fans. Now this in the middle is the Silentwings 2. It's just recently arrived under that product name. There's been quite a bit of discussion about this fan in our forums. Some people think that your specification is going to be tough to live up to expectations in the real world. How good is it?
Well, it's definitely going to be tough for you guys to test it. I think we already talked about it. You have this high technology equipment, you have this Dolby Digital certified room, I think also, so I'm quite excited what you guys will say about it. In Germany we had a very good start with the Silentwings 1, was the first fan we introduced. The main goal behind it was, as you already said, we wanted to have our own fan for the power supplies, for the coolings, so we invented our own fan to really be specified in the different needs for the power supply, for example. The Silentwings Fan 2 is improved in the mounting system especially, because that was one issue also in the version before. We only had this rubber mounting, so you could only mount it with this system, which was good for decreasing the vibration. But the problem was if you want to mount it on a radiator, for example, from a water cooling setup, or in your case, you couldn't do that easily. So if you just, maybe you can hold my microphone, I can show it.
Of course.
So you can just easily take these off, and you can mount these plastic mountings to screw it in, right? So you can change this. Also this one, I don't know if you see it in the camera, it's marked with an L and S for large and small. That was one customer wish also. You can mount it in 2 different ways. In one way it lies on this rubber mounting, on the other way it's with 1mm gap between it. So, but anyways, you asked for the specs, right? The specs are very low. These are very, very silent, I would say inaudible. I'm going to send you the samples and you just test them and tell your readers.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it will fit.
Our readers probably aren't as familiar with the Be Quiet brand. You guys are trying to make a presence for yourselves in the UK. Are you going to join the discussion in the Hexos forums?
You already invited us yesterday. I'm sure we will, yeah.
What's your username going to be?
Be Quiet.
Okay, there we have it. Yeah. Be Quiet will soon be in the Hexos forums, so put your questions in the forum thread.